Hello, I thought I'd do, well, yeah, apparently YouTube quite likes face videos with the face on. So, hello, you get to stare at my ugly bonce for a little bit. Yeah, I've got my craft, yeah, for anyone that didn't realise, I've got my craft desk in my sitting room. Uh, as a side note, I hope the traffic's not too loud and, yeah, but yeah, uh, I've made a shelf clear for my War of the Roses as well. But yeah, the Fimmer army. I need to go through the book again. Try and see if I can, by hook or by crook, try and get people to uh, try out a bit of third edition and stuff. But yeah, I thought to do a bit of uh, a more generalised update. I'm filming this straight after I did an update on my War of the Roses stuff. So yeah, probably the previous video is looking at these guys. A better look. And some of the stuff that's on me um, work desk. But some other general stuff. Next week, I'm gonna go up to Hull. Actually, I'm gonna stay with a couple of mates. I'm mainly going to be hanging around with them, even though I'm staying in a hotel rather than around their house. So it's uh, yeah. So hopefully, going to get a bit of. They're going to show me some of the gaming stuff up around there. So hopefully, I'm going to be able to uh, bother them and do probably a couple of shorts. There is good old Mighty Lancer up near there. Hello, Mighty Lancer. Doubt you're going to see this, but hello. Yeah, there's Mighty Lancer Games. They've always done good service to send stuff out quite quickly. So, a bit of a shout out to them, sort of thing. They're an they're like an independent, friendly local game store for my friends. I live in a different city and I've ordered from them. They've got a good range of stuff, uh, and it's always come quite quickly and stuff. It's like 2 days. Yeah, yeah. what what I'm intending to do is a bit of another sort of shout out is Oakbound Studio have the third edition of The Woods coming out. I was kindly given a sort of pre-release beta test sort of thing uh, to go through, and I'm hopefully going to be uh, putting a few games of that, getting my head around that while I'm there, because I know Mighty Lancer, they're a bit of a fan of uh, Oakbound's stuff as well. They've got a broad selection of the Woods stuff. Uh, they've got they've even got Gundam. But yeah, I'm angling to get a few. Actually, it's probably going to be quite soon. Actually, over March, probably going to be trying to angle getting a few other games at boards and swords for that to try and get my head around that. There's a couple of people who can get involved with that. They seem quite interested in the stuff, so that should be good. Their pre-orders are up already they've got it Shatter Shield, so yeah, they've got on there. I'll try and put I should be able to put a link to their pre-orders in this video and stuff. But yeah, they've got pre-orders for that up. They're doing the full release at Salute this year. So yeah, because that's the 11th of April. I'm planning on going down on the 11th. Part of the Woods player group. Salute are doing I think it's like a new thing where they're getting player groups and they've got little boards and stuff, and they do like display games or I say demo display games sort of things, done by a player group or like games clubs and stuff. So there's a table booked for us to do that, and it's actually within sight of the Oakbound stand there. So, and I think they'll yeah. If you're at Sulut, come and marvel at the dwarf's moustache. I'm not very dwarf. I'm not very short. So, but yeah, but yeah. I've got 414 subs and I'm a superstar. No, not. Of course, I'm joking with that. Of course, it's but yeah. From what I've seen, they've streamlined the game system a bit. There's still a lot of options in the game to do, like a lot of sneaking and stuff. You can do quite a lot of switch and bait, sneak in. You can make stuff where that's the primary focus of a warband, rather than a lot of skirmish games seem to still be sort of wade in and pummel people. But yeah, I found it quite refreshing that there's going to be several options. There's normally a primary and secondary objective, and you can go about being really, really sneaky and stuff, and just basically trying to avoid people as much as possible. That always seems good. But yeah, I'm getting a couple of bits ready for that and stuff organised for doing all of that. What else was I thinking? But yeah, so I've got been priming up. I have to flip the camera around. Here we go. There we go. But yeah, I showed them off a bit. But yeah, I think it's a Damari from the Oakbound page. He's still drying, so that's why he's a bit glossy. But yeah, he's going to join my dwarf. Sorry, no. He's going to join my gnome warband, and I should be taking him down. There's a couple of other bits to the game in Absolute and stuff, and hopefully he's going to come to Hull with me. So yeah. Another thing is, I got these two. Bayek, that was a loud truck. But yeah, these are Oakbound's. As you can probably tell, I quite like Oakbound's stuff. But yeah, this is one of the. There was the. Wasn't Hero? What was it? There was something adjacent to Hero Quest, and there was one of the Umberto models. He's apparently one of the rarest or something. So Oakbound did his own version of him, and I've got this guy, and it's from the same. These are available. There's the Oakbound Studio channel membership gives you access to a members only store, and these are in there. And he's got some of the small selection of models that he'd done as part of the previous Patreons. So if you've seen some of his previous Patreons and thought, hey, I missed out, and I'd like some of the fancier models of that, you can still become a member. You get access to the store, and they're all. It's an actual store. You still have to buy the models, but they're all still competitively priced. Yeah, it's not sort of 20 quid, nowhere near. But yeah, but it's part of the thing is I've been sort of eyeing up. I sort of got overexcited by it, and I sort of I'm trying to keep calm with it, not get over excited and stuff with that. But with that, but I just missed out on the start of Crown and Command podcast. He has on his Discord server they do a painting challenge, and it's I sort of want to join in with that. I just missed out on the previous one because it's 6 months long. Each month, you try and basically by the end of it you build a small army, but each month you try and finish like a hero on. They've got a quite a broad remit. It's they go something with a load of fire and fire and blaze and stuff, and you can interpret that as it is. Some ideas you can you could do a cannon or a fire wizard or something, and then it's sort of like doing a second thing in the month, or like a unit of core troops, or a stuff that looks like a commander on a monster, or doing something else that's fancy, or and that sort of stuff. And by the end of it, you've got a small army, and it's sort of yeah. I've wanted to do for quite a while something, basically do a third edition style army, and just do like a whole Stillmania thing on it. Do like a 3,000 point third edition Warhammer Fantasy army, and I think these guys are going to be. He's there's he's going to be the commander. There is I've got somewhere, I'm not sure where I've put it, but somewhere from Old School Miniatures they did a Swan Wyvern, and I'm gonna well, I can't exactly mount him on it, but I'm gonna put because he's got an open hand here, and I should be able to basically put basically I've got some jeweler's chain, and he's going to be holding one end of it, and it's going to be a lead for the Swan Wyvern, counts as Pegasus, and I think this guy's going to be a standard bearer, the battle standard. Probably I've got 3 wizards that I'm planning on using as commanders in the force, so it's sort of like going to probably be like a mercenary. Backstory being counts as mercenaries, but put a name to them all. Do the proper job Stillman thing. Probably not maybe use gloss varnish, but I've got matte varnish anyway. But yeah, basically do the whole Stillmania thing and give all the unit commanders names, etc. And and just we're doing a 1,000 point game. Tough luck. Well, not necessarily going to be that much of a quite so stubborn about it, but yeah, it would be quite nice to be. I don't know, as a bit of a sort of tongue in cheek, it would be quite nice to be that kind of arsehole. But yeah. Okay, we're going to do a 4,000 point army then. 4,000 point aside game. It's like, okay, turn up with 3,000 points. Well, it's a 2,000 point game. Turn up with 3,000 points. Well, yeah, it's I need to do the list and stuff. I'm getting quite eager to do that, to be honest. But it's like I'm trying not to jump the gun because there's still like about 4 months to go until the next time around. But yeah, and it's just sort of. Yeah, got to remember I've got other projects and things to do that I want to do and stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's a bit of an update. I've basically been blathering away. I've got a couple. I've been getting into Blood Bowl a little bit, so hopefully I should be if I can play it at the club, but it's probably noisier than it's probably going to be quite noisy and stuff there. So I don't really know how I'm going to go about filming and stuff, but I'd like to start filming a few games, and I think I'm all, me and the channel are almost at that sort of point where I can do that. I've got to think where I'm actually going to start gaming because, yeah, or I've got to get a fold-out trestle table and some boards, and I'm doing it in this in the living room here or something. Got to do some massive tidying up. Uh, but yeah, it'd be nice to get some stuff filmed. But yeah, anyway, I've been blathering for a quarter of an hour. Uh, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just dying up. I've got one of the cloud giants. Yeah, it was one of the rail path, the cloud giants. It's yeah. I think I did some. I used too much super glue on it, and it's just sort of, yeah. Um, Nail varnish remover sorts that out, or yeah, soaking in soapy water, see if that sorts it out. Yeah, redo it. But yeah, so I think I think I'd quite like that. It's the third edition army is going to get a cloud giant and a rifle wielding commander on a uh, on a swan wyvern because because do I because do I need to get why is that not selling it to people? It's like they've got a musket wielding commander on a wyvern and a frost giant in an empire army. It's a mercenary force. Anyway, so that's it for me. I'm just going to say stay safe, stay groovy.